Hello, everyone. It's precisely 7:30 a.m. p.m. in the evening. While my sleep deprivation. 7:30 p.m. in the evening. Excuse me. I'm still feeling sleep deprived and tired. I'm waiting for people to come in. Hi, everyone. I'm waiting for people to come in. The stalkers are in here messing with the chat already. This is freaking ridiculous. They're messing with the chat before I can even get started with anything. Fake damnation, leave the chat alone. Hi, Antion. Hi, everyone. Hi, Camilla. Wait, they got perps and trolls in here already. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Camilla. So I want to read 5 short stories. Hold up. See, they got a fake perp named Annalise Hernandez that's saying, "Say hi, Anthony." All right, so um all right. So I'm gonna I'm trying to read 5 short stories. One of them, okay, the first that wow. That's why I try to do it earlier in the evening, because if I did it later, I know they're trying to yeah, that her name was Annalise Hernandez. Hernandez, the Spanish way, I guess. So, excuse me. So, um, I'm choosing like 5 random of my short stories that I wrote. The first one is called Merrill's Retirement Wishes. The second one I'm gonna read is the second one I'm gonna read is called Kitty and Love. Kitty and Love. And the third one that I'm gonna read, thank you, is called Twinning with My Daddy. And the fourth one, I know I showed y'all before, Jamal and the Latin Boys. And it's from the short stories of the cult project that I'm working on, called Timberwood Short Stories Edition. This is number 25. And the other one that I'm going to read, the second one from Timberwood is, the fifth short story will be Timberwood or Jesus, the Ultimatum. In the Short Stories Editions, Volume 50. So, I know some of y'all have asked me, when I was gonna get to, read my short stories out loud. I tried before, a couple of years ago. Thanks so much. I tried. So here's the first one. Merrill's Retirement Wishes. Merrill's Retirement Wishes. Okay. Excuse me. So, Merrill Crunchcoat boarded the Metro North at Beacon Falls Station. Thank you so much. And if anybody wanted to tip or donate, that's the CashApp pinned. Merrill Crunchcoat boarded the Metro North at Beacon Falls Station. He was on his way to see his son Garrett graduate from Fordham University. He sat down and picked up a Coastal Living magazine that someone else had left. He was talking to himself out loud about his fantasies of retirement. An elderly man interrupted him and struck up a conversation talking about his own retirement experiences. They had a lot of talks and laughs throughout the ride. Merrill arrived at his stop and said goodbye. He picked up his rental car that he reserved and he rushed. He was late to the graduation ceremony. Excuse me. Coincidentally, the instant that he arrived, Garrett's name was called to walk across the stage and pick up his diploma, and he saw his father walking in and gave a military-like salute. Hi, Miss Melly Mel. Garrett got his Master's of Science in Information Technology. Garrett hugged his father and said, "Better late than never." Merrill laughed and said, "I was right on time, son. What are you talking about?" They drove around town in Merrill's rental car, and Merrill said that he hasn't been to Times Square in a long time. Hold up. These perps are so immature. But I would have been considered the selfish one if I would have turned all the comments off. Hi. Hold up. Just leave people alone. Wow, they in here hard. Hold on, y'all. They're flooding my chat with fake harassing comments. All I'm trying to do is read my short stories. Thank you, Camilla. And if anybody wants to donate, the Cash App is in the pinned comment. They drove around town in Merrill's rental car. Hi, RG. Hi. They drove around town in Merrill's rental car, and Merrill said that he hasn't been to Times Square in a long time. He found a paid place to park. Hey, Tisha. I'm reading out my short stories. Thank you. I miss y'all too. They drove around town. Hi, Mark. They drove around town in Merrill's rental car, and Merrill said that he hasn't been to Times Square in a long time. He found a paid place to park, and then he kept saying that Times Square looks just like Hollywood and Highland in Los Angeles, Hollywood. Garrett said, "Wait a minute, you saw the best of both worlds?" "Yes," replied Merrill. "Times Square is just more lively." They both spent the evening shopping, touring, and dining. Merrill was talking about his retirement wishes as they were walking. Oh, I see my typo. He said that he was sick of the cold and snow and wanted to retire to a coastal beach area. Hi, CEO. Garrett jokingly pushed him and laughed and said, "No way. Dream on, traitor." "I'm fine. I'm reading my short stories out loud." Merrill said, "Watch me." They rented a hotel for the night and brainstormed their southern living plans. They voted on Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Merrill worried that Myrtle Beach wasn't southern enough, but he didn't want to live in Miami where the heat is unbearable. They packed up and checked out of the hotel, extended the car rental, packed up all of their belongings, and headed south. Merrill did all of the driving because he wanted Garrett to relax. The father and son duo found a spring somewhere in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. They collected water and said it was the best tasting water they've ever drunk in their entire lives. Then they began foraging for some berries. They crossed paths with the old man that Merrill met on a train. Another coincidence. Of all people, he taught them how to hunt and fish. They switched their minds and decided to move to a peaceful area out in the country. I see another typo. Instead of the beach. Garrett got a job as a software engineer. Merrill finally retired. Hey, Miss Maxine, thank you so much. Merrill finally retired. Garrett decided that he didn't want a woman. He didn't want to settle down, get married, or have children. He just wanted peace and no drama. Merrill wished for the same. The end. So this was my first one that I read out loud out of the 5. So this is the second one. Y'all might like this one. It's called Kitty Love. You know how they have puppy love? Thank you. Excuse me. Well, this one is called Kitty Love. Excuse me. So, all right, here it goes. Kelly and her sister Holly were having asparagus, salmon, and twice baked potatoes for dinner in their apartment. They're both stay-at-home moms who live together. They each have one child. A stray cat came to the door as soon as dinner was ready. At first, they thought it was a baby crying. Holly said, "Now, I know the people upstairs didn't just have a baby. The girlfriend is only 4 months pregnant and is barely showing." Kelly responded, "No, of course she didn't. She has a long way to go. That sounds more like a cat." Holly argued, "No, that's a baby." The cat kept whining louder and louder as the two women ate. Their children were out of town. Hold on, wait. Hi, Antonio. They have perps in here trying to troll and disrupt. Okay. So the cat kept whining louder and louder as the two women ate. Their children were out of town for a weekend camping trip with their school. The two sisters bragged about having more food for themselves for the night. So they thought. Holly, thank you, Antonio and Miss Maxine. Thanks, y'all. Um, Holly, wait, okay. The two sisters bragged. Hold on, wait. So now the perp's fake theme tonight is moldy cheese. Hey, the perp's illegally blocking notifications. I'm sorry about that. Holly was. Thanks, y'all. The two sisters bragged about having more food for themselves for the night, so they thought. Holly was dumbfounded and realized that sure is a cat. Well, it might be a baby kitten. Kelly told her, as loud as that cat is, it's a big fat cat, a grown cat. They both ate all of the asparagus and potatoes on their plates but couldn't finish the rest of their salmon. They didn't believe in eating leftovers. Their dog recently got taken to the pound because they felt like they couldn't afford to take care of it anymore. The sisters were rubbing their bellies, groaning about how they can't eat another bite. The cat's cries became even more violent. Holly became so annoyed, yanked the door open, and threw a piece of the salmon at a big white declawed cat that looked almost like a white tiger. She wasn't even looking when she threw it. The poor cat had been starving. She had just gotten jumped by a bunch of stray Rottweilers and was bleeding a lot. She was mauled. They were probably fighting over food. The cat was more than glad to have some salmon, but she was just more focused on the pain that she suffered from eating the salmon. I mean, more focused on the pain that she suffered than eating the salmon. The cat couldn't eat. Oh, hi, Sherry. Excuse me. Hold up. Thanks, y'all. And if y'all want to donate, I have the Cash App is in the pinned comment at the bottom if anybody wanted to donate. Okay, where was I? Okay. So the cat couldn't eat. Kelly decided to name the cat Salmon. They took the cat in and started to treat her wounds with bentonite clay poultices. And hi, Marlon. Bentonite clay poultices and virgin coconut oil. Once she healed, all she kept wanting for was that yummy smoked salmon. Salmon was living up to her name. Kelly and Holly, hold up. Kelly and Holly, couldn't afford to take care of the cat, but they loved her so much. They certainly couldn't afford to feed her salmon for dinner every day. Salmon refused both wet and dry cat food and just wanted salmon to eat. Yeah, you need to. It's really healing. We all need to. So, she just wanted salmon to eat. She even refused canned tuna. The two sisters gave salmon to their local church. Salmon was later nicknamed Salmon the Church Kitty. The church gave her lots of love. She was no longer a stray. She ended up with a small gray kitten companion who loved tuna. It was a boy. They named him Tuna. Hi, thank you, Paisley. Wait. Excuse me. They named him Tuna. Tuna always followed Salmon around everywhere. Salmon didn't mind. They were inseparable. Even though they were two cats, their closeness was always compared to Milo and Otis. Both of them eventually had to learn how to eat cat food and not fish. Um, Tuna loved the dry cat food while Salmon loved the wet cat food. After eating, the cats loved to jump on the piano while the church choir was singing. The church members didn't stop them either. The church joked that a human piano player wasn't needed because they had the cats. Hi, y'all. I'm from New Orleans. The cats loved to dance on the piano keys while the choir sang. They were always given a mixture of tuna and salmon for kitty treats as rewards for such great performance. The end. That's the second short story that I read out loud. Alright, y'all gonna really like this one. Thanks, y'all. Alright. The third one is called Twinning with My Daddy. And if anybody wanted to donate or tip, the Cash App is at the bottom. That could be used to help keep me off the street for more nights and I'm homeless, and tomorrow I'm scheduled to be back on the streets. So, maybe I can probably see if I can have help with more hotel nights to stay off the streets and survive. I'm being targeted. All right. So here's Twinning with My Daddy. One day, Ned decided to dress up his 14-month-old son, Ted. He said, "We're going to be twinning today." He showed Ted a custom-made t-shirt and said, "You want to dress like Daddy?" The boy pointed at the shirt and said, "Duh." The custom-made... Hold on, wait. And the custom-made t-shirt said, "Twinning with my daddy," which was for the baby. And Ned's shirt said, "Twinning with my son." And they wore green shirts with white writing on them. They also wore Boston Celtics hats and some, plain white generic basketball shorts, green socks, and green and white Air Force Ones, all decked up and matching from head to toe. They went out for some snow cones. Ned bought lime-flavored snow cones to match their outfits. They got so much attention because Ted looked exactly like a baby version of his dad. Hold on, wait. I know what you're saying, Case. Ted looked exactly like a baby version of his dad. Dressed just alike, same exact haircut, same dimples, same lips, same smile, same eye color, same nose. People wondered why the baby's name wasn't Ned Jr. His mom's name was Antonia, but they call her Totsie. So that might be why. Also, baby Ted looks chubby and plush like a little teddy bear. They even call him Baby Teddy Bear. The woman selling the snow cones so happened to be dressed up just like her mother, sitting in the background behind her, eating breakfast food for dinner. They had a self-made, hand-sewn, modest They had self-made, hand-sewn, modest dresses that looked Amish, but they weren't Amish. Ned mistakenly thought they were Jehovah's Witnesses and prayed to himself, hoping that they wouldn't spread their poisonous lies to him or try to recruit him. They weren't Jehovah's Witnesses either. Ned asked the mother-daughter duo, "No disrespect, but are y'all Jehovah's Witnesses?" The daughter chuckled, turned to her mother and said, "Mom, why do people keep thinking we're Jehovah's Witnesses? I don't understand. We never stand around hanging out watchtower tracks." The mother explained that they're just holy, modest Christians trying to follow the old paths. Hold up. Ned let out a sigh of relief, saying, "Oh, okay, because y'all have the best snowballs in town. I don't know what y'all put them in them. I will be back and be a frequent customer. By the way, I see you're twinning with your mama. See, the stalkers are trying to antagonize me. Get out of my chat and stop messing with the numbers. The mother-daughter duo. I've been wanting one lately too. The mother-daughter duo both explained that they put condensed milk in the center of the snow cones in order to match their green and white outfits so that they could be twinning with their snow cones also. They also gave Ned a punch card to buy 10, punch card for buy 10, get one free snow cones. A month later, Ned bought orange and white custom-made t-shirts for the mother and daughter saying, 20 with my mama and 20 with my daughter. Ned explained that he was Irish just like the mother-daughter. Excuse me. This time he bought orange and cream snow cones for himself and Ted. They were all proud of their Irish heritage but loved the Lord so dearly. They were able to use their snow cone business to win souls to Jesus Christ. Ned even got saved. The end. Twinning with my daddy. Okay, so the next two short stories, excuse me, is the short stories that's part of my fiction cult project series that I'm working on. You know. So this short story right here is called Jamal and the Latin Boys. Excuse me. Timberwood Short Stories Edition, Volume 25. I showed y'all this before. I knew you was gonna like that one. Thanks so much. And also, awesome. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Excuse me. I'm trying to get any and all the help I could get to stay off the streets because they're putting my life in danger. I appreciate that, y'all. Thanks so much. Excuse me. So, all right. This has something to do with one of my favorite foods, pupusas from El Salvador. But I don't know how to make pupusas. I don't know how to, prepare them. I can make tacos so easily, you know. Hi, Walter. So, excuse me, I'm going to read numbers 25 and 50. Jamal, a New Orleans Creole black guy, went to hang out with his Hispanic friends, Eric Laureano and Roberto. Eric Laureano and Roberto. The Spanish way, okay? So they walked up and down the Las Vegas Strip, unsure of what to do for the day. Laureano was talking about dodging work at Timberwood for the day. And he also encouraged the other guys to do the same thing. But the other three were off that day. He was the only one scheduled to work. Eric just randomly hopped on a bus without warning, so the rest of the guys followed him. Eric looked drugged, but he was just very tired. He was always like that. Poor baby just wanted to get himself some rest. He was being overworked. Eric is half Salvadoran, half Cuban. Excuse me. Eric is half Salvadoran, half Cuban, while Roberto is fully Salvadoran. Laureano is from Chicago, but his parents are immigrants from Nicaragua. Eric kept going in and out of sleep. Roberto kept asking him, "Where are we going, Mom?" The Timberwood cult members jokingly called Roberto the faux Jamaican. F-A-U-X, faux Jamaican. Not real Jamaican, but because he said, "What you doing that for, Mom?" You know, that's why they call him, faux Jamaican. Hi, thank you. Excuse me for coughing so much. Eric was very groggy and said, "I don't know." Laureano was in the mood for some pupusas. He said, "Look at that. It looks like a fair going on." They all hurried up and pulled the string in unison to get off the bus. There was a Salvadoran pupusa festival going on. They were all excited. Some of the festival workers had name tags on. Excuse me. Laureano wasted no time. He went to the first booth available while Jamal took his time to look around all the area to see what he wanted. The workers were very creative. Some booths had breakfast pupusas, others had traditional Salvadoran pupusas, others had dessert pupusas, and there were also some booths that had fusion flavors, such as Korean barbecue pupusas, pizza pupusas, New Orleans Cajun and Creole pupusas, other types of Asian pupusas, excuse me, curry pupusas, Caribbean jerk pupusas, and even goat, lamb, rabbit, alligator, seafood, and venison pupusas. They even had a booth specializing in Costa Rican gallo pinto pupusas. Jamal called up his dad, Big Doc, short for doctor, Big Doc, to try to get him to PayPal him some money since he realized that he only had $2.48 in the bank. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Awesome. All right. A woman almost the size of a midget. Okay, so yeah, Big Doc tried to Jamal called up his dad, Big Doc, to try to get him to PayPal him some money since he realized that he had only $2.48 in the bank. A woman almost the size of a midget got Jamal's attention. She said, "Don't call your dad because we're about to close anyway. Here, y'all take these. Y'all better eat these some bitches. Y'all better eat these some of the bitches." She said, "Y'all better eat these some of the bitches." That's what she was trying to say. Y'all better eat these some of the bitches. We don't waste food around here. She gave them free pupusas before she and her sons were going to throw them away. I knew y'all was going to laugh. Y'all better eat these some of the bitches. She had a name tag on that said Maria Elena, like Mary and Elena, together. Maria Elena. She was also from El Salvador. As little and tiny as she is, she can eat like a hippopotamus and still stay short and skinny. Unbelievable. She's about 60 years old with the physical energy and hyperactivity of a preteen. Very, like preteen, pre-teenager, very jovial personality. She offered them a free horchata and Jamaica, hibiscus flower, agua frescas. The boys dove in. That perked Eric up. Eric was no longer groggy and sleepy. He and Jamal took their time to eat, while Miss Maria Elena and her sons chowed down along with Roberto and Laureano. Believe it or not, this woman ate 7 pupusas. She was one of the vendors who had dessert pupusas. Jamal fell so in love with the pumpkin pie flavored pupusas. He had 2 of them. Miss Maria Elena's son, Freddie, called Jamal a sucker for not being able to eat more than 2. Laureano likes the apple pie, cinnamon roll, and cheesecake pupusas. Roberto didn't care. Both Roberto and Miss Maria Elena had a little contest on how many pupusas they could eat. Can't you believe that she beat him? Roberto couldn't even eat 5. He had 4.5. Excuse me. They chit-chatted and exchanged phone numbers. They planned to hang out again. Hold up. They chit-chatted and exchanged numbers. They planned to hang out again. Laureano received threatening text messages and voicemails and got cussed out for ditching work at Timberwood. They were all plotting to leave and quit anyway. Timberwood was forcing them to work as low-wage janitors. As punishment, Laureano wasn't allowed to take any more off days. The Timberwood cult was making smear campaigns, lies, and false rumors, lying and saying that Loriano is a crazy homeless druggie who wanders up and down the Las Vegas Strip. They did that to ensure that he was blacklisted and could never get a job opportunity again. That's how cutthroat Timberwood is. They fight dirty. The end. So the last and final short story is called Timberwood or Jesus, the Ultimatum. So Timberwood Short Stories Edition, Volume 50. Mr. Clarence and Mr. Jake were sitting at their desk at work. Mr. Jake drifted off into a daydream. He had so much on his mind, just contemplating, reflecting. Thanks so much. Mr. Clarence kept giving quick, sharp looks between his computer screen and Mr. Jake. And then Chancey walked in seeing Mr. Jake looking bothered. Mr. Jake's eyes looked sad, like he was about to cry. Chancey asked both Mr. Jake and Mr. Clarence, "Is everything okay?" Mr. Clarence responded, "I have no complaints. Why?" Chancey told him, "Because both of y'all look bothered about something. I know how hard Timberwood is, but keep the faith. The devil is a liar." Chancey had just gotten into a heated argument with a cult troublemaker named Rico Latino. Yes, his first name is Rico, and his last name is Latino. Rico isn't hard like he thinks he is. He likes to pick fights with the meek, lowly, and humble. He's too much of a coward to try to step up to a real ruthless thug. And come to find out, Mr. Jake also had an altercation with Rico and then decided that he's had enough. Thank you. Oh, I'm having fun doing this. Despite trying to find out unwanted intrusive thoughts, but I'm having fun. Mr. Jake felt conflicted because he feared becoming homeless, poor, and losing everything overnight if he left Timberwood. He was indoctrinated by the cult for over 30 years. He used to, he used my anti-New World Order research to connect the dots about Timberwood also being part of the Illuminati in the New World Order. Mr. Jake asked Mr. Clarence and Chancey, "Have y'all seen Nola and Jamie's computer files about how to get out of Timberwood?" They both said, "Yeah, we still feel scared and trapped." Mr. Clarence feared that his wife, Miss Loretta, would give him the business if he decided to leave. She's passionately deep into the cult. She acts like she's more married to Timberwood than she is to Mr. Clarence, though. She kind of has a love-hate relationship with the cult. Maybe she likes the money, power, authority, and control. She's one of the abusive, narcissistic cult mind control handlers. Mr. Clarence fears his wife more than he fears Timberwood. He has Stockholm Syndrome towards both his wife and the cult. He loves his wife dearly and doesn't want to lose or divorce her. Mr. Jake broke his silence and just started angrily lashing out. Some people think that this was part of his truth awakening. He started breaking objects at his workstation and having a panic attack / meltdown. Mr. Clarence fearfully left while Chancey was trying to calm him down. Myron, Dirk, Hewitt, Junio, and Cornelius overheard the commotion and were trying to figure out what was going on. Mr. Jake screamed, "I see why the Duncan family members were upset about 4 generations being destroyed." He was crying and hyperventilating. "I see why the Duncan family members were upset about 4 generations being destroyed." Okay, let me stop being dramatic. But anyway, Miss Gertrude, a.k.a. Gertie, yelled at Mr. Jake and told him that he's too old to be such a big old baby. It's not about being a baby. He has every right to be angry. He got tired of the enslavement, manipulation, abuse, and deception. Both Mr. Clarence and Mr. Jake wondered how they ended up being swindled, bewitched, and deceived by Timberwood if they were such strong King James Bible believing Christians. Mr. Clarence was stronger about the situation than Mr. Jake. Mr. Jake was so emotional. Mr. Clarence told him, excuse me, Mr. Clarence told him, I know it won't be easy, but let's follow Nola and Jamie's advice with the protocol for leaving. It's easier than you think. God will always provide for you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. You don't have to become homeless and hungry. After that, Mr. Clarence, Mr. Jake, Shancy, Myron, Dirk, Cornelius, Hewitt, and Junio all just walked off the job without clocking out. They didn't care about the consequences because they felt like God's got us. We're protected by the blood of Jesus. It was great that they left the cult and went back to their first love, Jesus Christ. After that, they became gang-stalked and suffered stronger spiritual warfare, but they stayed strong. They repented from any dealings with the cult. They didn't care who thought they were crazy. They were content with losing everything in this world as long as they had Jesus. The end. So that's the last of all the 5 short stories that I wrote. That I read out loud. So yeah, I've been putting in work. Thanks so much. Oh wow. See, I've been putting in work with my short stories and stuff. And, the online stalking cult falsely assume that all I do is just beg. And see, they're in here harassing me already. And then spamming the chat with fake harassing comments. Thanks so much, y'all. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Hi. Your profile looks, the picture looks familiar. Hi. Oh, I guess you were here 5 days ago. Thank you. Hi. Thanks for coming back. Thanks, y'all. Yeah. So I appreciate the support and help and y'all listening and everything. My Ko-fi, if y'all want to read my short stories, is ko-fi.com/targeted Creole. TARGETED Creole. Too bad you can't type it in the comments, but I have the link in the description box of just about all my videos, and I have it like in the most recent community post as well, I think. Yeah. So me doing this helped me earn enough for another night in the hotel. Thanks, y'all, so much. And I want to continue to, do more writing tonight, hopefully. Listen to the Bible and take a shower and work on more writing and stuff, I'm just not ready yet to end up back on the streets, and my body and my mind have been extremely tired lately, Yeah. Oh, wow. I don't know how many times I've read it or read and listened to it, But I still need to improve my memory and knowledge. Hey, Mr. Gus, you just missed it. I was reading my fiction short stories. So, for someone to have like 13 or 14 ebooks plus um almost 300 short stories. Thanks so much, y'all. Almost 300 short stories within a span of about 5 years. I don't think that really sounds like someone that's just lazy and a beggar. I'm trying to push myself. I figured that if I wrote more, even though I already wrote a lot, but if I write more and just keep sharing, hopefully it can pay off and I can earn a living. And I could work at my own pace, be my own boss, work when I want to, write when I want to, write what I want, you know. And the stalkers hate me blocking people from trying to control me, you know, trying to control my writing, but you don't care about me, you know. So yeah, I had fun reading the short stories out loud, but I was battling unwanted intrusive thoughts, kept trying to fight them out, with my obsessive compulsive disorder, my OCD, and I did a better job than I thought I was going to do. I probably would have been stuttering more or pausing more. Yeah. So how y'all doing? What y'all up to? Thanks so much, y'all. Thanks, y'all. I was nervous. Even though I mean I have looked a little nervous, but I felt very nervous. Yeah. So how y'all doing? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, yeah. I know how that is. Oh, wow. Well, I had KFC like once. I think it was last year. And before then, I haven't had it in a long time. But I've been craving the biscuits from Churches. But I haven't had Churches since 2019. Summer 2019 was the last time I had Churches. You know? Yeah. But like later this morning or probably earlier this afternoon, I had the leftover half sandwich that I had from Jersey Mike's from yesterday evening, and then I yeah, I like it with extra honey and butter on it, but I hate when they be stingy with the butter and honey. Oh wow, 15? Wow. Excuse me. Yeah. But I did have Popeyes a few times between this year and last year, though. I love the honey on it, the biscuits. And I had, like, Dollar Tree is now on Uber Eats, so that if you buy $15 worth of stuff, I was able to get the delivery fee that would have been $4.99. It got waived for free delivery. But then the two extra items that that I ordered, that, excuse me, they didn't have them. I'm like, well, all I got is water to drink because I tried to get some milk and juice and they didn't have the milk or the juice. I really was craving some pineapple juice. So I'm thankful and glad to get to have an extra night of hotel off the streets. And when I just go out to get like I hardly leave out much anywhere, but I thought about going out earlier today, but I might go out and about tomorrow. I don't know. Um, you know, yeah, they just put Dollar Tree on here. Excuse me. Now, like, wait a minute. Since when does Dollar Tree have items $3 and $4? Wait, there's a beeping sound. I have my earbuds in, so I don't hear a beeping sound. Wait, this is a fake perp. Get out of here. Fake perp with a fake 1 hour old account. Oh wow, a $5 owl? Wow, I didn't even realize that. They started seeing like the 99 cents only store from Los Angeles. I don't even know if they still have the 99 cents only store. Yeah, it seemed like the case of pineapple juice. It was 6 cans of 6 ounces for $4, and I ordered it, but they didn't have it. But they gave me the. They're supposedly going to refund me my money back. My email. I can't give out my phone number, but my email is targeted Creole 1101 at gmail.com. Excuse me. Yeah, thanks so much in advance. Yeah, I love pineapple juice, and I was craving some pineapple juice, some ice cold pineapple juice. And they had like peanut butter flavor M&M's ice cream sandwich. And when I tried to eat it, it was like it seemed like as if it was frozen, then melted, and then refrozen, and then melted again. It was gross and disgusting. Like the ice cream part, I couldn't even eat it. I was disappointed, a little bit hurt, you know. So, since I had the leftover tuna sandwich from Jersey Mike's, I had two of the big breakfast burritos that were $1.25 from Dollar Tree. Well, that was more than I thought, and I put some, from a recent restaurant that I ordered from recently. I put some of that orange duck sauce on it. I could not taste the duck sauce taste at all, but I put the duck sauce on it on the burritos, and I ate them. And then I couldn't eat the ice cream sandwich, so I had these. Okay, Targeted Targeted Creole Creole 1101 Targeted Creole 1101 at gmail.com. Hey, lioness. Excuse me. They're making my nose itch and everything. I'm sorry. And I got the mucus in the back of my throat. I apologize. But I just, all right, thank you. I just got done reading my short stories out loud. Get out of here, perp. They have certain people that have but how you doing, lioness? They have no shame in their crimes. Ain't nobody gonna be stupid and give you their password. Get the hell out of here. So, and I ate some kind of like barbecue flavored cheese curls and two burritos, and I couldn't eat the ice cream, so I ate the two little packs of those Lance cookies. Hey, Lulu. Oh, I'm sorry, Lioness. Thank you, Lulu. I read my I read 5 of my fiction short stories out loud to this just now. So I got me a can of Bruce's yams. Thank you. But I was hoping it would be where you could just pop the top open. I don't have a can opener, but I could get one. And I got me 2 little things, the oatmeal. All right. Yeah, it was at the beginning of this live stream. I read them out loud. Excuse me. I got an extra bag of chips for tomorrow. And I got me 2 cans. I mean, 2 little packages of canned smoked oysters. Oh, wow. I thought about getting something like that. Yeah. So I haven't had the smoked oysters in a long time. But regular oysters, all right. The regular oysters from the restaurants, I really can't afford that, you know. Yeah, I got the canned smoked oysters that said that they're in some sunflower oil. Get out of here, perp. Leave people alone and mind your business. And you're a coward. Hold on, y'all. Thank you so much, Lioness. And they just had a perp that lied and said he donated $50. He didn't donate anything. They're messing with me for no reason. Get out of here, perps. Thanks so much, y'all. This fake perp talking about, so how long you been in hotel rooms? Over 3 weeks? Wow, you're not homeless. You're an opportunist who lives out of people's money. How long you're going to continue begging for the rest of your life? Shut up with your fake new account that's 3 minutes old and you don't even show your face. And thank you. You won't even show your face and you're mad because you're blocked and you wonder why you're blocked. Show your real face and name. Other than that, I don't owe you shit. Thanks so much. If I'm not homeless, tell me what my permanent address is. If not, if you can't tell me, then you shut up. Get out of here. You're going to hell trying to trigger and antagonize and provoke and stalking and harassing for no reason at all. I'm not even doing you anything. I don't know who you are. Stay the hell away from me. Show your real face and name. Other than that, shut up and I don't owe you shit. I'm sorry about that, y'all. And they're harassing bad. Excuse me. Yeah. Just won't leave people messing with people for nothing. I mean, they're that obsessed with that they're counting how many nights I'm off the streets. That they want me to be jailed on the streets so bad so that they can illegally SWAT or set me up for murder. I mean, I just shared my short stories and y'all just gonna talk about that I be begging so much. At least this right here, Social Security Administration and the IRS, they said this is work. This is work. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. That's what I do for a living. And you don't have the authority to say Candy's not an author. You're not paying me anything. You have never paid 1 cent to anything I wrote, any video that I did, none of that. But you think you got the fake authority to force me to quit writing and then say Candy's no author? But then when I write, you attack me for that too. At least I'm trying. When people do busking on the streets and they don't be homeless, but oh, awesome. Thanks so much. They don't even be homeless, y'all. And they do busking on the streets, and it's considered working for a living. People who do their artwork in Jackson Square in the French Quarter, their artwork is appreciated and respected. Exactly. Thanks, y'all. I mean, they're obsessed enough that they're counting down how long I've been off the streets. Shucks, I haven't even been keeping meticulous notes on my own stuff on how long I've been off the streets. I mean, be happy I'm safe and protected and out of harm's way. But you perps, they're not here to just mess with you. They're murderers. You hate someone to the point of murder. Someone who does not know you, who never did you anything, and you're a paid criminal. Gang stalking is not a job. That is not a job. My writing is more of a job than you stalking and harassing people. At least I have a purpose to help improve lives, with my writing. Like, exactly. And Miss Maxine, the stalkers try to say, well, Maxine has sent Candy over $4,000, and Miss Vicky sent over 800. Wait, what? Are you mocking me being in foster care, talking about some stray kids? Awesome. Thanks, y'all. For y'all to talk about some stray kids. How about you? Y'all are some stray perps. How about that? Oh, that's a music group? Oh. Well, I don't even, I'm not even into, that kind of music. Yeah, I mean, how do they know they want to talk about this person donated this much and that person donated that much? I don't even keep meticulous track. I'm just in just survival mode. Exactly. Excuse me. I love y'all too. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Wow, this was a good turnout this evening, and that's why I didn't want to be so late because it's only 8:34 right now, and if this was like 11 or 12, I didn't want for the neighbors to be disturbed. So that's why I did it earlier in the evening. Tomorrow, I guess I could try to go, but the thing is, I have to. I mean, the bus that's right here. Um, thanks so much. Right. They want to criminalize me surviving because if I had my own job, they would try to plot to get me wrongfully fired. When I had the job at the airport in Pensacola, the stalking cult was trying to hunt and look for and find where I was working, and they would get out of here and get out of here. And see, they cowardly retract their messages. You say all these evil things and then want to retract your message because you know you're wrong. Stop harassing people. Get out of here. And see, they're threatening me. A fake perp with a fake name, Brand Star, saying, tell where your permanent address is. You don't have one because you're in hotels every day for 5 years, meaning you're not homeless. You live in hotels. You pig rilla scammer. Your demise is coming. And you can't even spell the word demise. And your grammar is bad. So you're making death threats at someone because... And then they're harassing me with fake Masonic 33. See, they're trying to trigger my Tourette's on purpose to try to set me up to have a Tourette's outburst and get loud on purpose so that they can set me up to be wrongfully kicked out of here and have everybody thinking that I'm the one being disruptive and causing a disturbance. I'm not doing y'all anything. I was just trying to read and share my short stories, and I got evidence of lots of days on the streets. Thanks, y'all. Camilla, you still in the chat or did they throw you out? Exactly. So you come in my live stream with a death threat at somebody that's not doing you anything. Excuse me for clearing my throat. But earlier today I felt like yesterday, like I had the half of sandwich, and then a few hours later my body felt like kind of like weak and shaky, and but then by the time I ate I felt better, but I'm hoping to not be hungry enough to eat anything else tonight. I'm saving the oatmeal for tomorrow morning for breakfast. What did I do all day? Well, I didn't leave out of the hotel. I was gonna go out and utilize the birthday freebies today, but I'll make myself busy tomorrow. But I did a little bit research here and there and watched some videos, and not here, not at this location. The last time I went swimming was oh man, it wasn't on Labor Day. I think it was the day before Labor Day. But this location, they don't have breakfast. They don't have the free breakfast. Oh, thanks so much. Tell your dad I said hi back. Excuse me, tell your dad I said hi back. Hi, Mr. Keith. So it seems like I'm slowly but surely getting a little bit more recognition with my short stories, and my writings and stuff. And I've been trying to share samples for free, about my novel. Like, they have, it's like if you're promoting evil agendas, you get more praise than people trying to promote righteousness, and expose evil, But this is the only way I know how to survive. Thanks so much. So my with the Uber thing, they said the background check is complete, but they have the fake criminal charge about resisting arrest, and it's a possibility that might hinder me from getting to work for Uber or Uber Eats or something like that, all because the stalkers wanted to play games and ruin innocent lives. If you want me with a job, but then if I get a job, then you try to take it away. You illegally take away homes, cars, jobs, family, because y'all want to sex traffic and murder people and blood sacrifice. Yeah, I have a license. I just need to refreshing myself about the road rules and everything. Well, they said that if it weren't for the fake criminal charges, the background check would have been complete already. But I don't know if I'm gonna find out this coming week how long it will be. They said my status is in consider, and they say it's up to Uber if they want to hire me or not to drive. And then one person told me that, oh, since I'm homeless, that since I don't have a permanent address, insurance will reject me. Well, how come I was homeless in Pensacola, Florida, and the insurance accepted me to drive for the cab company, but then they gang stalked me off the job within 4 days with the cab company, you know. Yeah. Um. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna try to see if I can do that. Well, it should be completely dropped because I committed no crime and they illegally swatted me and thinking it's funny, you know. And I have two court dates, one on September 29th and then the other one October 8th. You know, I committed no crime and was not actually guilty, but the officers were satanic devil worshiping, power hungry, narcissistic fakes, gang stalkers themselves, you know. Oh, okay, the rental company? Oh, all right. Oh, okay, awesome. All right. But the person who tried to tell me, oh, since you're homeless, you don't have a permanent address, oh, they're gonna, because of insurance, they won't give you insurance, they won't let you drive or whatever. The person sounded like a narcissistic, pessimistic hater, you know. Yeah, and I got rid of the fake the fake perp public offender, you know, and so now I never had to do this before, but I have to represent myself in court. I cannot afford a actual lawyer, you know, a paid lawyer. But I hope that the stalker cult perps be found out one day and, you know, yeah, because the fake public offender, he did me dirty the last time. Hold up, y'all. Wait. Thanks, y'all. Hold up. Oh, and that's what the perps do. Men using female names and vice versa. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Excuse me. All right. And I've been praying so often that they drop the fake criminal charges against me, you know. But they said that well, I don't know about Jefferson Parish, but Gretna, they got a bad reputation with the crooked courts and everything, you know. Um, but I mean, I hope that they will be open minded to seeing my evidence because the fake public offender surely was not. Yeah, exactly. Or a female with the name Kenneth or Kevin or something. Or a female with the name Anthony or Jonathan or something. Or a guy with the name, like they had an actual perp but use a fake name Stephanie. Recently, I had a Uber Eats or DoorDash driver with the fake name Candice, Kandice, and kind of found out it was a dude. Yeah. But if you say that they're a sodomite, they get fake offended though. Yeah. What they want to identify as. Let me give you perps your fake freaking identity. The nicknames that I be dishing out. I'm going to identify y'all asses. If they have a perp named Kenneth, and I got to call you, I'm going to identify you as Dirty Kendra. Don't make me do it. So, I don't know what's going to happen this coming week. But ever since my sleep was fine, and ever since there was the consideration of me trying to work for Uber, now they've been messing with my sleep, but I got better sleep last night. Now all of a sudden, for some reason, I'm starting to feel like my throat's starting to hurt a little bit. But I got salt water over there, in the bathroom. Yeah. So which one of the short stories did y'all like the best? I didn't think to ask that one. Excuse me. I think they illegally. Oh, thank you. I think they illegally blocked Camilla out of here. That's messed up what they do. They're messing with the chat. Get out of here, perps. Oh, I figured twinning with my daddy. Oh, oh, thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all. But wow, what if someone has something like that out here? If someone could be that creative with opening up a shop with different flavors of pupusas from El Salvador. If I knew how to mold and shape and make pupusas, I would have such an idea, you know. But I don't know how pumpkin flavored pupusas or cinnamon roll pupusas would taste. Like the only pupusas I've seen would be like cheese or cheese, bean, and meat, or they call it chicharron, which is, they say pork belly or pork crackling or something, pork rind or whatever, and or they have morocco, which is, they say it's an herb, you know. Yeah, I never saw seafood pupusa, but I think I've seen chicken pupusas. Or some people just like bean and cheese pupusas with no meat, you know. And yeah. But I think I may have been somewhere in Los Angeles one time where I may have heard about a seafood pupusa, maybe shrimp or something like that. But that would be awesome to have like a variety. But I don't know how processed corn or like how that would go with pumpkin flavor though. I don't know. But I prefer more of a sweet potato than pumpkin. Like sweet potato pie more than pumpkin pie, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer sweet potato. But like Dot's Diner, when I used to live in Jefferson on I mean, off of Jefferson Highway in the Shrewsbury area, um, that was the first time I tried pumpkin pie and liked it. But I still kind of don't like pumpkin pie. I prefer sweet potato. I like sweet potato pie and pecan pie and cheesecake and yeah, that would. I didn't know until until the past couple of years that you put eggs in sweet potato pie. I didn't know. Yeah, but I don't think I ever made pecan pie, but I love to eat it frozen. I love to eat pecan pie and cheesecake frozen, and I love peanut butter pie frozen. But the I don't think I would like frozen sweet potato pie, but the sweet potato pie, it could be room temperature, or I wouldn't mind to have it hot, nice and hot, you know. Oh, Rouse's is a grocery store here. Excuse me. They have some good stuff. Um, and they have a lot of local groceries here, you know, and I guess certain businesses connect with Rouse's to sell their products and stuff too. And they sell a lot of seafood, a lot of king cake, or you know, or whatever New Orleans based cuisine, you know. Yeah, but I like Rouse's. But certain locations is very dirty, you know. I can't believe the Gretna location seems like it's dirtier than the one in downtown New Orleans. But yeah. Thanks, y'all. But yeah, I heard about it, and I recently heard about it, and I thought about wanting to try it, but I heard a lot of people say a lot of bad things about it, but I'm still open to trying it. They have certain items that I like, you know, but I never been there before. I recently found out about it like a few weeks ago. But I'm like, oh wow, like a lot of people talk about the business practices being shady and all from what I. Oh, awesome. Wow, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to well, because of the stalkers, I don't want to ask what area you from or nothing like that. I don't want to ask you that since because of the perps, you know. But thanks so much. Yeah. Excuse me. But like sometimes you can buy pre-cooked meals at Rouse's, and all you got to do is come home and put it in the microwave or something. I'm sorry you're having a hi Ima. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. The experience could have been much better if it weren't for this gang stalking. I feel sad about being wrongfully permanently banned from places, from internet stalkers telling lies to have me wrongfully permanently banned from places that was nostalgic from my childhood. I never in a million years would I thought the stalkers, they followed through with their threats to have me, listen, we're going to get you banned from the Riverwalk. Oh, a few months later they succeeded. Oh, I haven't been to Slidell in I don't know how long. Yeah. So all that area by the Riverwalk, I can't even set foot over there. I was told I can only be on the other side of the ferry. Like from the aquarium on down. You know, I can't even go by the Riverwalk no more. Excuse me. And I can't even go by the where the old Gretna ferry used to be. I can't go over there no more. Excuse me, because of stalkers who, because of the perps. And a lot of wrongfully banned from a lot of shelters, hotels and motels. And oh wow, that creeped me out. Excuse me. Yeah. They threatened to have me wrongfully permanently banned from the streetcars and buses and all. I'm like, y'all really don't want me here, huh? Thanks so much. It's like the online and in-person stalkers. And the in-person perps that are locally here, they treat me like I ain't from here or like I ain't welcome here. And they'd be like, yeah, I bet you're not even from New Orleans, huh? Oh, I don't even know where you come from. Or they act like, oh, Candy's lying, she ain't from New Orleans. You know, yeah. But they have a lot of YouTube videos about the paranormal stuff. It creeped me out, so I stay away. Yeah, you know, they definitely need a life. I mean, coming in my live stream harassing me and making death threats for nothing, talking about my demise. Okay, you got blood on your hands while I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet, and you still got blood on your hands already. Excuse me. And I'm keeping record of as many of your death threats as possible. Well, they think they got the fake authority to permanently, wrongfully ban me from existing on the face of this doggone earth. Wow. Now I'm spooked and scared to even. Yeah. But guess what? One time I was at this hostel off of St. Charles, and I don't know what's going on with them. But they had this female that come from California, and she said that yeah, a freaking witch, and she was my roommate at that hostel. I'm like, oh hell no. She said that she wanted to conjure up the spirit of Merryill. No, not around me. No. And she kept trying to give me stuff. Uh. But they had a lot of perps at that hostel too. Um, well, I didn't ask them how many I'm allowed to print, but since they're free, I try to not take up so much. But at the library, I don't know if they cost like 10 or 15 cents at the library per page, you know. But if I share my short stories, people they just throw them on the ground. Get out of here. See, you start off with a fake supportive comment. Do you see me begging right now? Get out of here. And you lied and said you were going to send $110 and you didn't send a damn thing. Get out of here, perp. So, excuse me. Wow. Yeah. But I haven't succeeded at publishing any novels yet, but so far I got so many short stories and I have nonfiction ebooks, but I'm working on novels at the moment. Novels, juggling between novels and short stories at the moment. And I still have a few incomplete short stories that I wrote too. Like a couple of days ago I wrote a short story about I knew it was a Christian short story, but I forgot what it was about. But they had these little boys when I was a kid. We were at the foster Aunt Mickey's house, and they were teasing me, talking about some barbecue candy legs, barbecue candy legs. So I thought I would turn that into a short story, a fiction short story called Barbecue Candy Legs. But I didn't get to complete it, but I started working on it, you know. And I got another fiction short story to demonstrate the manipulation and domestic violence and stuff, um, called thank you, called the manipulated situationship. And I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go or exactly, but I got some little ideas, you know. Excuse me. And I have a few more short stories, but you know, yeah, I'm hoping I can push myself. I mean, last year it seemed like as if I had to put everything on hold because of last year's jail and court situation. But this year, I'm like, even though I'm going through this, I'm trying to not let it hold me back or stop me. And I'm a still, you know, try to work on writing. You know, see, they're mad that I said that, so they're harassing me with bad numbers. Get out my chat. I'm telling the perps, get out my chat. Just messing with people unprovoked for nothing. Excuse me. So, yeah, I mean, if I can, I mean, yeah, with my writing and with YouTube, I shouldn't have to be in this predicament where I can't get to keep a roof over my head, you know. Get out of here, perp. And then using my initials. See, what they have a perps coming in my live stream with high number of subscribers lately. Excuse me. But I heard that YouTube is changing the algorithm and making it harder for creators to earn more money and you know, and I heard I heard some other stuff too. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, for August I didn't get like a YouTube freebie or gift or anything like that, but I did for June and July. I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm always consistent, and I've been consistent with posting every day. I don't miss a day. Well, every on rare occasions I've had moments where I might miss a day or two, but then come back and you know upload from the previous days where I couldn't upload, but still documenting what I'm going through. Hey, I figured that. I'm sorry about that, Camilla. They just need to leave people alone. We're not even messing with them. And now, right when you come back, now they're vibrating my whole body. Exactly. Yeah. Well, the stalking cult, they've been suppressing, suppressing my channel. Thanks so much, y'all. Yeah, they've been suppressing. But for me to get like, for me to have almost, well, for me to have over 4,500 people, and in my live streams, I get no more than 50 people, and I'm surprised I have 27 likes this time. Wow. And they've been trying to get rid of everything I own. They're trying to murder me. They're trying to cyber murder me, trying to murder my all of my internet existence. Excuse me, trying to get everything I got wrongfully taken down permanently. Saying Candy needs to stay off the internet. Yeah. And one of my channels they got wrongfully permanently taken down way back in 2019 when I started posting proof of the gang stalking. They illegally shut that video that account completely down. And the um the one of my other channels, it's like they they didn't completely shut it down, but they shadow banned it for at least 2 years. And I'm still shadow banned on that channel, and I don't even post much on there. Yeah, they're very satanic, and they're trying to silence me everywhere. And if I say, well, this person, at this restaurant or this hotel gang stalked me, then I get wrongfully permanently banned from the restaurant or whatever forever. Thank you. Well, you know that the guy that you recently did the video of this past Friday, he had been trying to hit on me, like make sexual advances at me, and for a while I thought he was a perp, but I'm not sure if he is or not, but now I see him walking with other women. And one time a tranny had chased him like a couple of weeks ago. A tranny had chased him down the excuse me, down the what do you call that walkway area by the bench where I've been. Oh wow. Oh okay. Because I wasn't sure if he was a perp or not. Oh yeah. But I didn't realize he was only 30. you know. But yeah, it was was chasing him down the riverfront area, down the, I guess you call that the levee area, the by the Natchez steamboat. And they harass him a lot too. I didn't know that. Wow. Well, I apologize if I mistakenly thought he was a perp. Wow. Dang, so it sounds like he might be targeted too. Yeah. And he was running, it seemed like he was running for his life though. Wow. I didn't know. My apologies. And they be having, like, it's really be dangerous. Here in New Orleans, it's dangerous being on the streets at night. Like, in Pensacola, I only had one time that I was physically assaulted on the streets. You know. Yeah. And they had the man with 170 something thousand subscribers, excuse me, on YouTube, and he recently did a video about being gang stalked, and his long-term supporters, the moment he talked about that video, they acted like as if they contemplated on turning their backs on him, and they started to say, oh, you sound paranoid, oh, this is not like you, this is not, yeah. But I hate that gang stalking is not being it's not being taken seriously. Even the ones who claim that they're going through it, they act like they take it lightly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Him. Oh, Cooking with Doug. Yeah, that's what his name was. And he got another channel too. And yeah, they yeah, they try to make it like they thought he was losing his mind and going crazy. When I'm like, I know look, I just looked at the title, and before I even heard the video, I'm like, I know what you're going through. I believe you. We ain't crazy, you know. Wow, that's frightening, Miss Maxine. And Camilla said something about people following her too, and they're traffickers. Hey, Just. How you doing? And happy late birthday. I'm not sure when it was, but I remember it was sometime after mine, but after me and my twin sisters. But happy late birthday. Yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Maxine, but I believe you're telling the truth. Wow. You're welcome, Jess. Yeah, they do not stop. And they let me know that they'll never get tired. Wow. Just I was reading some of my short stories earlier in the live stream. Hi. Um I never oh yeah, I did cook alligator before, um but I didn't have any strategy or skill to how to cook it, but I think I probably just baked it in the oven. But I'm not even sure how you're really supposed to cook alligator or the Cajun way. But I've seen people smoke it, grill it, and make amazing recipes. Wow. Oh, guess what? They got the place in West Wego called the Shrimp Lot. You're welcome. They got someone called Southern Vibe and Cooks, and he had a amazing video on how he had like a stuffed alligator, like a seafood stuffed alligator. It was a white guy that like he has like whatever Jordan shoes or whatever Nike shoes, and he has dogs, and sometimes he shares the food with his dogs, and he had this recipe where he had like the stuffed alligator tail. Yep. See, they're making noise right now. And right at the time that I don't like. The minute after 9:15. Yeah. I need to find it and share it. I could probably find it and share it in the community post. Yeah. Yeah, they've been sleep depriving me a lot this past week. I'm like, I need to be able to get to sleep. All right, thank you so much, Miss Melly Mel. I appreciate it. I'm glad to get to live stream again. Hi, I don't. Hi, Terry. I don't know if to say Mrs. or Mister, but hi. You're welcome. But yeah, I'm gonna go and find that Southern Vibe and Cooks video with the stuffed alligator. Oh yikes! Yeah. Hey, Caramel King, how you doing? Yeah, they got the targeted justice rally or whatever going on. Oh, okay. I could never afford to go over there. Yeah, we were just talking about how they try to shut down our channels and everything. And yep, they definitely trying to silence me. Yeah. So I hope to work more on my writings this coming week. Hopefully. I'm gonna try. Excuse me. And with the money that y'all donate to me, you know. Oh, awesome. All right. I don't even try to spend it on like steaks and all that unless y'all say, well, here, go have a steak dinner. Then I go have a steak dinner. But, if I say I need help with funds for food to eat, you know, like the other day I had buy one, get one free Chinese food. Oh, I get the shocks too. But the V2K is the voice to skull where they beam voices into your head. But thankfully, I do not get the V2K. Exactly, Camilla. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I could barely afford like a smoothie or a salad. And I've been wanting to eat healthier, you know. But I've been trying to, most of the time, stay away from Illuminati fake fast food. But I had Jersey Mike's last night, yesterday evening. Yeah. The stalkers always minding my business. But they won't show their real face or names. You want to wrongfully punish and criminalize someone needing help to survive. But if I go get a job, yeah, if you wanted me to work, why you got me wrongfully banned from the airport job? If you wanted me to work, you know, yeah. Oh, okay. And I remember the foster boy Cody, the one that passed away, that they falsely accused me of doing stuff to. I remember he was a little kid, like 8 years old, and he said that he's deceased now, but I remember when he said that he would hear voices sometimes. And I'm like, well, was Cody being experimented on? Yep, when I get a job, they call and illegally find out where I'm at and call and have me wrongfully fired and banned forever. Send a SWAT team or send lots of freaking. Well, they never sent the SWAT team to me, but they would send cops to come and bully and threaten. You know, wow. Get out of here, perp. They're just making fake harassing comments for nothing. Y'all calling me the demon, but y'all the ones that sold y'all souls. Get out of here. Making fake names talking about platonic star. Talking about they been sleep depriving you, but you've been with your big back in a hotel bed for 4 weeks. Make that make sense, you fake liar. You're nothing but a scammer, greedy, money hungry, evil demon. You going to hell. No, bitch, you going to hell, you fake coward. Oh, that would sound so annoying. Excuse me. Excuse me. Dang, so you get the V2K? Thank you, BH. Wow. Yep, it sounds like you're being hit with the weapons too. And they've been hitting me with on both ears. And sometimes between 2 and 5 minutes. Wow. They attack the worst at night. Like if I get the vibrating, it's mainly like it used to be like mainly at night. And it can feel like an electronic ass whipping. Wow. And I had a wait, which I don't remember which arm it was that I had the bruise, but now it's gone. I did a video on it a few days ago, about a week ago. What? Wow. That's frightening. Yeah, they practice their freaking witchcraft and whatever evil. And the pattern on both legs, yep, it sounds like them. And it was scary a few weeks ago. I think it was in July and beginning of August when, um, yeah, it was the night that I went to the movie thing, and then the next day, I felt afraid I was gonna die of a heart attack. Like I thought that was the end of my life. Yeah, they used to make me feel like laser pains, like in certain areas, like as if they were pointing an invisible laser at different areas of my head. But I don't really feel that much anymore, you know. But yeah. But the longer I stay somewhere, that's the worse they electronically harass me, you know. Thanks so much. Wow. Oh, really? I wonder who they're the ones using projection. Excuse me. Wow. I got gang stalking evidence on my channel. You know, well, I haven't been out lately, but if I go out and about tomorrow, oh yeah, I promise you, y'all gonna see some evidence. Oh, I hate that. They need to just leave people alone. Exactly. Yep. And yesterday I was talking to someone and she was surprised and shocked that yep, that when I told her this is all one big cult, that the gang stalking network is a cult. The Freemasons are a cult. Hollywood entertainment industry is a cult. A lot of these so-called churches operate like a cult. A lot of this employment and corporations operate like a cult. Excuse me. Wow. Well, I hope that the solution could come soon. You know. Yep. Exactly, y'all. And oh, hi, Forsaken. You back? Exactly. Yep. And they want people to think I'm such a disgrace. They want to sit back and nitpick what they think you're doing wrong all day to cover up what they're doing. Yes, I've been so depressed that I have a missing tooth because I couldn't do proper hygiene because of being so depressed. I ended up with a tooth abscess because of being so depressed, and that tooth cracked and now it's gone. And I still been feeling like super depressed and trying to just fight to go every day. I mean, trying to not give up. Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I be depressed every day, you know, and feel like a PTSD of just simply being around even one other human being. Like feeling a PTSD of all humans, pretty much. Excuse me. Yeah, not wanting to get out of bed, you know. Yep. Yep. They were harassing me and making death threats at me, and I was just trying to read my fiction short stories. You know, threatening and harassing me about my demise for what? I'm not doing you nothing. I'm just reading my short stories, and they come with their fake new profiles, threatening and harassing for nothing. I wouldn't, without me even talking about them. You know, but I'm glad that the more that I'm working on my novel, now people are now people are slowly but surely starting to take interest in my writings finally. Oh, yep, they do all that. Yep. Wow. And it's torture, the fact that if you can't fight back, you know. Yep. But I screenshot their fake profiles. See, they're making my nose itch right now. Wow. And I get wrongfully punished every time. Every time I speak out, there's a new place for me to get wrongfully permanently banned from forever. Wrongfully permanently banned from all Wyndham hotels. From a video, 5.5 month old video. They take old videos and try to get you wrongfully banned from places. I have even some videos from Pensacola that I have not publicized. And a lot of recent videos that I haven't even made public. You know, I mean, as I said, if I go out and about tomorrow, you're gonna see, you know. Exactly, yep. And a lot of people think that is just, they're just here to aggravate you. No, they're murderers. Yep. For me to go to Nebraska, and as soon as we get on the highway coming from the airport, less than 3 minutes, I'm already seeing a white truck with one headlight on the other side of the highway, on the opposite side coming this way. Yeah. They say it's a sex and death cult. Thanks so much, y'all. They call it a satanic sex and death cult. And they always come and ask me, oh, you know, why don't you get an OnlyFans? Because I don't do stuff like that. And I thought I would be too old. Whatever happened to, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So why would I start being a slut at 42 years old? Wow. Yep. I'm never selling my body or my soul. Nope. And I didn't realize this is what they had it in for me. Well, how you want my soul so bad, but you act like you be trying to avoid me and you willingly hate me. You know. Hi, Blessing. Yeah, I couldn't picture. Look, they got more to life than to just watch one person and multiple people watching one person. Yeah. Bastards. I'm sorry, Caramel King. Yeah, and yep, more and more people are waking up. Thank you, Blessing. How you doing? And it makes me angry all the crimes that they could get away with, but I'm sitting here fighting false criminal charges. And I mean, I don't even know if I could get to work for Uber because of fake criminal charges. Exactly, because the medication is mind control and witchcraft, sorcery. And to discredit us, yeah. I'm glad we're all talking about this. Exactly. Right. Yeah. And the medication will make me feel like I'm about to die. And the way people be kicking me out of places for sleeping, oh, they want me medicated so bad, and if I be sleep 15 hours a day, get out of here, perp. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And it make you eat more. That's the reason why I got big and fat in the first place. Yep. And I heard that Prozac is the biggest mind controller. I don't even know if they still prescribe that, but I remember they had like a book or a documentary or something called Prozac Nation. You know, they try to lie and say that Jesus Christ was demon possessed and crazy. They said this man is mad and hath a devil. They trying to say he was they try to lie, and the Pharisees try to lie and falsely accuse him of being demon possessed and crazy. And they kept trying to kill him. It's like they did to him. They hated his existence, you know. And even almost a decade ago, or probably longer than that, I've seen people have blogs saying Jesus Christ was a targeted individual. I think I first remember hearing the term gang stalking a targeted individual somewhere around 2011 or 2012, one of those years. After my Illuminati research, people feel threatened. And it's hard to find research about the Illuminati and the New World Order no more because people don't even mention that word Illuminati much anymore. And they don't really they don't even be trying to expose the New World Order much no more. Oh, that social media, they shut all that down. Wow. Exactly. Yep. and they want to falsely accuse us of being using crystal meth. I can't even describe what crystal meth looks like. Wow. Yeah. And I used to be on Prozac when I was in elementary school. It used to have me both suicidal and homicidal. And it used to have me pulling knives on people and stuff. When I was on psych medication, you know. And imagine I was only 10 or 11 years old. And I was taking steroids from the nose surgeries that I had. Thank you. Exactly. Yep. Or they lie and say that we're pedos and touch kids when it's them. Yeah. And guess what else I heard? Even aside from gang stalking, I read this PDF file of an ebook that someone wrote that he said, I think his name was Dr. Gary Null. He exposed the idea that if you're in a mental hospital, that the hospital staff would antagonize, trigger, and provoke you to anger on purpose so that they can make more money off of giving you shots and putting you in a seclusion room for a few hours and re-traumatizing you all over again. And I heard they make more money from that. Yeah. Yeah, they lie. They spread lies saying that we're pedos and touch kids. Like I've heard it all. Lie to say that I'm a pedo and touch kids. Lie and say that I'm a prostitute. Lie and say that I'm a crazy person. Lie and say I'm a terrorist. Lie and say I do drugs. Um, if you were a parent that's targeted, they will lie and say that you're a deadbeat wife or deadbeat mother. You know. Yep. All right, Caramel. Exactly. Wow. I heard it's in Washington D.C., right? They were supposed to have a rally or a march here in New Orleans on Poydras, right by the courthouse, and they never did it. Exactly, Jess. But yeah, I heard it's supposed to be in Washington D.C., but I don't have a way to get out there. Oh, you. Oh, all right. I'll see you, Caramel. Get out of here, perp. And the perp has the word demise hidden hidden in his fake username. Wow. But I have another short story in the making called Cursed with the Crazy Virus. And it's gonna be like another targeted individual and gang stalking fiction short story. I thought about the idea a couple of days ago, like 2 or 3 nights ago. And um you know, like like as if truth is a like as if waking up to the truth is supposed to be like a plague or something, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna write a short story and call it "Cursed with the Crazy Virus." And it'll be like more and more people be like, oh, you're crazy, after hearing the truth. And then they later on experience something that realize that where they realize and wake up to the truth. And then they're like, shocked or whatever. And then they go tell someone else. And then the other person be like, you're crazy. And then the cycle just repeats, Yep. Thanks so much, y'all. Well, I've been encouraging people to email me for a free copy of the first 50 short stories of the Timberwood cult that I've been working on, and then I'm doing an interlude with the novels, and then I'm probably gonna work on more short. Well, I will planning to work on more short stories. Exactly, or you eternally mad at someone who doesn't know you and who never did you anything. If they're talking about that, or who want to stalk and harass somebody for years but claim they're sick and tired. Like if you claim you're sick and tired of me, why you still watching me for years? Excuse me. Yeah. And perps have even done directed conversation around me about life insurance. And my biological aunt, drunk lady Yvonne, tried to perp me in 2018. It was a couple of years after Blake got shot and killed. And then she was trying to tell me I need to take out some life insurance, and telling me that my low income is was no excuse. All right, thanks, Just. I'll see you. Exactly. Yeah, they won't shut up. Oh wow, all the way from China. Wow. Good night, Just. Nice talking to you. Well, I'm gonna go in 12 minutes. I'm gonna get off at 10 o'clock. It's 9:48 right now. I'm having a good time talking to y'all. Did they kick Camilla out again? I thought I heard my twin sister told me years ago. She said that the fake foster mom and the foster sister Shelly have life insurance policies out on us, but I don't know how true that is. Wait, hi, huh? Hi, Tim. Yeah, but yeah, when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina, I remember my twin sister, when we were on good terms, she told me over the phone about something about the foster mom and the foster sister taking out life insurance policies out on us and claiming our names on their taxes. Wow. Yep. Yep. Wow. Exactly. All my family is perps except for myself. Yeah. And they said that what the foster mom committed fraud with the Social Security for me, and she was taking all my money, and she took my Social Security back pay check, and she took the and she took the trust fund check away from me, left me with nothing, or left me with more like crumbs, and be very controlling with my money. And I was 18 and 19 years old going to college. Excuse me. That's wicked. Dang. Exactly. Yep. As I said, it makes me angry for me to be fighting fake criminal charges, but perps boldly commit crimes in front of my face and get rewarded for it. Wow. Oh, they left all that to him? What? Wow. All right. Thank you, Just. Love y'all. Wow. She need to go to prison. That's wicked. That's so messed up. And if there's an inheritance that I'm supposed to be entitled to, they very much surely are keeping me in the dark. I love you, Just. But I know that money was stolen from me, especially the foster mom stealing my money. Biological family members have stolen from me, you know. And there were other people in the target individual community too that I heard that they've been gang stalked behind an inheritance that they're supposed to be entitled to, that they're being kept from, you know. Wow. Excuse me. Oh, to see if they're really perps. But the perps, they be using like fake names, especially here on YouTube. Well, some of them use their real name and show their real face, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them, they're cowards. That's so wicked. That's messed up. Wow. And as far as the biological family, they all turn into perps, but I don't know if they have Masonic connections. But that fake foster family, they got Illuminati Masonic connections. That last name Collins. Hi, thanks. And there's a famous lady that in New Orleans that looked like me. Wow. And I don't know much about the inheritance thing or insurance fraud or nothing. Oh, let me tell y'all this quick story. I have a video. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I heard of her. But one time I was in Pensacola, Florida, staying in an extended stay hotel. Oh, okay. And oh, see, they hitting me in the back of the head, me trying to tell the story. Oh, okay. And like I was walking in a fake Walmart parking lot, and the guy was sitting in the parking lot, and then he tried to run over my feet on purpose, and then they chopped off and delayed and distorted my video. And I said, hey, why you I think he was gang stalking with one headlight and trying to run over my foot or whatever. And he said, insurance fraud is a thing, isn't it? Or something like that, he said. Something like that, he said, And and I remember, like, in 2021, 22, I was homeless downtown Pensacola, and these perps were doing directed conversation about life insurance. And so many people have warned me, telling me, Candy, your family is a bunch of witches that want to blood sacrifice you. You're being groomed and set up for a sacrifice. You know. Oh wow, all the way, yikes. Yeah, because that trust fund was supposed to be my money. The foster mom took it. Now the trust fund money was I think that was, dang, 5,000 something. $5,499. Get out of here. The trust fund money was supposed to be $5,499, and the Social Security back pay was $3,946. Foster mom took all that. I mean, she tried to juice my head up to think, ooh, and you can get a brand new car. And she also was taking the big check, the Social Security checks, while leaving me with the smaller check, the SSI check. And then telling me that the big Social Security check, that she tried to lie and say that wasn't my income. Kind of find out that was my income, and I'm my own payee. She was not my payee over my checks, and she would lie to people saying she was, lead people to think she was my payee over my checks. Excuse me. Wow. And the foster mom tried to make it like as if she put my money, one of my checks, in a CD. And then she tried to make it like she put another one of my checks in a savings bond. And I never saw that money. Oh, okay. Yeah. And for like, and she got mad when she got mad at me when I finally got my own place. Hi, Nevada Edits. She got mad at me when I took matters into my own hands and got my own apartment and stuff, and she couldn't take my money no more. She took the 362 or 365 every month while leaving me with $203 or $205 every month, and expect me to responsibly manage it. And during the foster care, she started off giving us $5 a week for allowance and wanted to work us like cleanup slaves. And then after a while, it was $20 a month, while the foster kids were supposed to get $37 a month. And said that the foster kids were entitled to $37. And I'm like, well, after I turned 18 or 19, I said, well, how come, where was me and my twin sister, where was our entitlement to the $37 a month? She got mad and yelled at me, forcefully ordered me to go upstairs while she was discussing with those fake social workers. Yeah. And they keep, in the foster line, used to narcissistically lecture me about how I'm going to end up poor and homeless. Now I'm going to grow up to be a prostitute and a crazy person and a drug addict and all that. while she illegally drive around in BMWs from her abuse money and got Foster Parent of the Year award despite abusing kids, physically abuse and beat on us. Yep. Sometimes I wonder if I was targeted from birth, but there was an incident that happened in ninth grade when my life went downhill. But they have this website that a guy who ended up being a fake TI perp. He he said if your last name is on a coat of arms website, then that means your family last name got some royalty. And he was the one who showed me the idea that my last name, Grandpre, is French royalty. You know, yep. So I didn't know that that my last name was the last name or supposed a French Illuminati last name or last name of French royalty. Because I don't know many Grand Prix. But I heard they say all the Grand Prix are related, whether they're French or German or because I heard they got German people with that last name too. And I'm like, wait a minute, German words can kind of seem the same as French. It's weird that even Japanese can seem a little kind of like certain words Spanish. Yeah. And they had that Kraft family across the street from the foster mom that was stalking watch out every move ever since we were little kids. Yeah. And then run back and tell the foster mom, and then we get in all kinds of trouble. But they're sitting there pimping their kids. I didn't know that when Lanika from the Kraft family was 12, 13, 14 years old, and she was trying to influence the foster sister Joni how to be promiscuous. And like if Lanika was 12 and the same age as us, and was she I don't know if she was the foster sister Joni's handler. You know, and they hated my presence, hated my existence. And that family, that Kraft family across the street, they're Masonic. They were rich enough to have Lincoln Navigators to drive, but they had a smelly house. You know. But Wyatt and Mark, when we were younger, they used to say that Kraft family was rich. And I didn't believe it because I'm like, well, yeah, they stayed with a Lincoln, you know, and they used to live in what they said a shotgun house. And the house used to smell bad, you know. Yeah. And I did not realize the whole city of Gretna is Masonic. Well, I don't know about 70056, but the closer to downtown Gretna and the courthouse you get, all the churches around there, they're all of them Masonic. And that Kraft family used to stalk and spy on us and then go back and tell the foster mom. Wow. The FBI director, now that's insane right there. But yeah, I did hear about how they even watch you even in elementary school, especially through IEPs and special ed and everything. What if you might not really be retarded? But they feel threatened by if they say you're very gifted, Candy, you know. If they tell me I'm gifted, you know. Wow, I need to look her up. Well, they've been making false rumors, lying and saying I prostitute, but I never prostituted a day in my life. I promise. I never had interest. I never ever in my life got paid for any sexual acts towards anybody. But they used to try to offer me to prostitute. And I don't know much about the prostitution industry or stripping and all that. You know, like the grand dame and madam and pimp and all that. I don't know much about that. Excuse me. Yeah. And when we were in 8th grade, the foster mom was outraged about the Kraft family across the street, about one the mom, well, like Lanika's mom from the Kraft family. She's now deceased, but the foster mom was outraged about the mom prostituting the young girls to older men. Wow, I have to look that up, Expansive Dreams. But yeah, so I don't even know if Lanika was being sex trafficked and then teaching the foster sister Joni what happened to her. Wow, Caramel. Yeah, I need to look up. I think I may have heard of that name, Sarah Breedlove. I need to research and look that up. Nobody ever told me I looked like her before. Yeah. Yep. And that's what my that the short story that I plan to write called "Curse with the Crazy Virus." That's basically what it will be about. How you don't believe gang stalking is real until it happened to you, and then people start calling you crazy, and then you humble yourself. Like people who are rich and they be like, "Oh, you stupid bum, go get a job." And then when you become high, then when you become homeless, then you humble yourself. Yeah. So it's after 10 o'clock. I I'm wondering, hey, did some people go to bed or what's going on? Um, but it's after 10 o'clock, and I don't want to be disturbing if they might feel like I don't want to be considered as talking too loud or whatever. So I love y'all. I'm just the longest I got to live stream in a long time. Oh, hi, Dreamia. Hi, Donald. Wow. I'm so sorry, Dreamia. All right, good night, y'all. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go and listen to the Bible and try to take a shower and try to get me some sleep myself. All right, I love y'all. I'm gonna try to see if I can come back on tomorrow. I don't know what time. Um, but I love y'all, and I don't know if I can squeeze in any writing tonight. You know. And thanks so much for the support. Thanks for coming and listen to me. And see the stalkers put it at fake Masonic 33 likes right when I'm about to go. I see what y'all doing. I'm not part of y'all. Go to hell. So I love y'all, and I'll see y'all. Big hugs. And thanks for the donations, the support, the listening. Thanks for the discussion. Thanks for everything. All right, I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.